it's a real morning in Korea, 3 a.m., so I could be a little slow. Okay, so this presentation is about the project that we started about 10 years ago in one school, large engineering school in Russia. So we were monitoring certain things for about 7 years, and then finally we had some time to put everything together for this presentation. So it's just to quote David Hodge from latest issue of Computer magazine, saying that universities, they have to maintain quality and outcomes while keeping it affordable. So, and of course, learning analytics is one of those strategic tools that can actually leverage here and improve the efficiency, and it's a strategic tool, right? So, generally speaking, today I will talk about using simple artificial intelligence tools to basically manage quality of syllabi database. And I'm going to be talking about different types of analysis, a priori, a posteriori analysis, and I will mention the prototype that we were using to do this work. Okay. So we will talk about what syllabus is, and I'm sure everybody knows. But what is a good syllabus? We will talk about metrics. We will talk about syllabus consistency, and how do we measure quality? All right. So, what is a good syllabus? There are many ideas for what is a good syllabus, right? One is syllabus which follows acknowledged patterns. So many institutions, they have their own formats, right? So they require professors to put certain elements, certain parts in the syllabus. The other approach could be syllabus that promotes good outcomes, promotes good results on tests or final exams. The other approach is syllabus that is tailored for the specific student, right? So negotiated syllabus. So in our approach, we will try to incorporate good suggestions from all those categories mentioned here. All right, so we can say that quality of syllabus depends on many factors, including quality of materials that are used for this particular course. We have instructors and students' motivations and abilities, course scheduling. We have here school facilities, labs, for example. And we have many other factors that are not known, and many of them, they actually fall into the category of instructor and student motivation and abilities. So how do we manage quality? In this case, I can provide maybe two simple examples on how do we adjust elements of the course to improve the quality of outcome. This is very simple example from the programming course. If a particular student have problems, difficulties with multiple choice for the specific course, maybe to improve the quality, we can substitute those tests with some other types of the assignments, and there are pros and cons here. So the other approach could be, okay, we are, if we monitor a course and we know from the instructor that students are complaining about the book, then we can try to change the textbook for the next implementation, but there could be some, again, positive outcomes, increased performance, but on another hand, we may have problems with practical components, so instructors will have to invest some time to redo those components. So now, everybody knows it. What are the components of syllabus, right? Some institutions, they have standards here, and of course there is a space for some variations for each individual instructor, each individual course. So we have outcomes and we have elements. So what do we measure to understand the quality of syllabus? And we consider syllabus to be one of the driving forces beyond the quality of the course, right? So what do we measure? Do we measure the overall, or do we measure its components? So in our approach, we are trying to do both. We are trying to be granular, and we're also trying to capture the whole picture. Okay, so how do we measure? Traditionally, there are many ways how we can measure quality, right? We have student surveys, we have student evaluations, we have final grades, we have current grades, we may have expert opinions from, I don't know, accrediting organizations, right? So in many cases, those evaluations, they're based on the expert opinions. So what we are trying to do, what we were trying to do in this project is to quantify those evaluations. So that's the idea of the project. So we are trying to calculate evaluation for syllabus, for a single syllabus consistency, validity, and reliability, and even costs of implementation. So consistency, ideal syllabus, we consider it doesn't have any errors. So all the elements are linked together. And we calculate consistency as number of errors in the particular syllabus. And then validity, we consider syllabus to be valid if course produces expected results. And then we measure those results over time, and we see if it is valid in number of implementation. So we can say it is reliable. We can also measure costs. So all those tasks, they require sort of intelligent tool to put everything together. Okay, so this is a very simple example of inconsistency here. For example, it could happen that, okay, we have this syllabus, and in the particular implementation this semester the book is not available. So we have to change the syllabus and implement maybe the new book. So what system does, professors or TAs, they basically fill syllabus in the specific format. So the system can analyze syllabus as a graph which links together assessment and learning material, and it detects consistency errors. For example, well, I will give examples later on. Okay, so in the consistency report, we have certain items. For example, required elements. So if institution requires certain elements to be on the syllabus, so the system checks that, and it checks links between different elements of the syllabus, and it also does time audit for the particular course. So how much time is required for the student to do all the tasks, and what is the time allocation for the whole course. So, and it also checks the distribution of course materials and the assessment. So how do they match each other? And it is implemented, the checkup is implemented through very simple if-then rules, which, for example, typical errors here could be redundant links or dead links, so basically no material beyond this link, right? Okay, and after consistency checkup, we have a consistent syllabus. So we have syllabus which is ideal, right, or close to ideal. So is it good? Yes, but is it enough? So we consider this we consider it as a first step. So we want syllabus to produce good results or required results. So we check the validity as we compare results with expectations. So if institution expect results to appear on the curve, on the red curve, right? So we check the validity against how close the outcomes to the expected results. And based on that, we basically monitor those results in time and measure whether this consistent syllabus delivered valid results for some time. And then we can say this is a reliable tool for the course, this syllabus. So the system itself, it's based on, it's not 100% integrated, it's based on number of scripts, but it puts together tests or assessments, I better say assessments, and it puts together syllabus description in defined in certain language, and then of course it takes data from learning management system, puts everything together to analyze validity and validity in through the certain period of time. Okay, so this is the expert system or data analysis system performs this task. So basically this is this is it. The system works on the warehouse or sort of warehouse which links together formal description of course elements and outcomes that that those courses produced in terms of grades. And we for the specific course we could be as granular as we want, so we may see results for the particular tests, for the particular assessments, or we can see results for the whole course. Okay, so basically what we can say through this, we observed 7 years of data, and we can say that syllabus quality can be measured using statistical data, and we can use basically validity and reliability, and we extend the definition of good syllabus, the one that I mentioned some time ago, syllabus that produces, promotes good outcomes. In our case, we add always, so it is consistently producing good outcomes. Okay, and we describe syllabus as a graph with certain elements contributing to the overall quality of the syllabus. And we also do 2 stages. We analyze before implementation, and then we analyze after the implementation. All right. So I think this is a sort of attempt to create a new opportunity of smart syllabus that is sort of, you can monitor the details of implementation of the particular syllabus. And again, as I mentioned before, it works, the system, through number of scripts, it puts together data from learning management system, it puts together description of syllabus, and it is trying to produce certain reports, and then those reports supposed to help educators. All right, so this is it for this presentation.
Thanks for that. That was really interesting. One thing I was wondering about as you were going through the intelligence system, if you have errors in the syllabus, does the system suggest any improvements to tutors or people or course designers in terms of how they could improve what they're doing in terms of their teaching practice? It seemed to me quite content-driven. It was looking at links and things, but I was just wondering about the
it produces, because if it sees that there is a missing link between this particular assessment and material, that there is no supporting material, it basically says that. It explicitly say, okay, there is no link between the assessment or the test and the material, reading material, for example. So it produces, it's vocal. So it tries to help.
A very, very interesting project. A question on the reliability measure, which seems to link the syllabus to the final grades. Naively, you could ask, well, aren't there a lot of intervening on other parameters and other factors that would have an influence in the final grade? It seems to link almost causally the syllabus to the final grade.
Well, we can, yes, there are many other factors. I mean, syllabus is just one of the factors, one of the tools which affect the course outcomes. So yes, we know that there could be some other factors here, but system is trying to basically bring to the attention of whoever is looking on the results that there is an inconsistency, maybe in syllabus. So it's, yeah, there are many other factors.
Great talk. Quick question just around policies within the organization. Has the result in any way of this work driven what institutions do around creating policies to say that instructors should follow the following guidelines for the syllabus? And has there been any pushback from them saying, well, this is a restrictive model, I want freedom to create the syllabus however I feel fit?
Basically, there was not too much of the pushback because there is a university policy in place. So basically, university forces professors to follow this particular grading scales. Yeah, it might not be the exact model might not be applicable in other institutions, but I think the approach is sort of possible to try, because I think it could be possible to apply to other grading models or scales.
So one of the assumptions here is that the course is not changing every year. So I'm thinking of a graduate education where our courses are much more volatile. I mean, they could be changing much more rapidly. They could also be given by different instructors.
Mm-hmm.
So really, how would this help us understand when we don't have the same course given over and over again? So it's a one-off or a two-off. Just suggestions.
Oh, in our case, we were doing it with with bachelor's education and for large courses that are repeated all over the time. And we also, even for those courses, we noticed quite a large fluctuations when, especially when instructor is, when there is a switch in instructors. So I assume direct implementation could be maybe difficult for the courses that are not, that you cannot monitor the reliability, because if there is not enough observations, that would be difficult to implement. This might be one of the constraints for this approach.
Just two quick comments. One, I'm thinking that oftentimes in courses, ultimate final grade distributions are a function of the quality of individuals in the course, which you oftentimes can't predict a priori. One thing. Second thing is, as far as applying some sort of consistent grading rule, I think the place to look in the United States are all the ABA-approved law schools, where all individual courses are required to be graded on the curve. So I think that might be a nice place for an application of the reliability and validity part. So.
Okay, thank you.